Hey Navigators, today I want to talk to you about the reasons I think the Honda Navi is a great first motorcycle for people over 40. Well, actually for people of any age, but especially for people over 40 like me, because it was my first foray into riding a motorcycle. Number one, and this could be the only reason you need, is that it's fun to ride. If you watch videos of seasoned motorcyclists who try out the Navi, that's the thing they say over and over again is, gosh, this is so much fun. You just go. There's no shifting of gears with the Honda Navi. It's like a scooter in that respect, but it's designed like a motorcycle. So instead of where a scooter has like basically a platform where you put your feet and your knees are touching, well, the Honda Navi's designed like a motorcycle. It has the gas tank in the middle. And what that does, it allows you to press your knees against the gas tank when you're riding, and it gives you a better center of gravity so that you can balance yourself much easier. It feels a lot more comfortable to ride. You feel like in a lot more control. But the best thing is that it's so easy. You just turn on the key, hit the electric starter, and go. No gear shifting, no nothing. Just start enjoying the ride. Number two, the Honda Navi is affordable. It's around $2,000, maybe a little bit more, $2,200. If you get it from a dealer, it's going to be in that price range, plus, maybe some fees. You can also get them used online. So depending on the mileage there, that entry level cost may be $1,500, $1,800, $2,000. So the risk of trying out a Honda Navi is very, very low because it costs so little. Number three is that it's proven. First, it's made by Honda. So Honda motorcycles, you don't have to worry about those. Second is that this came out originally in 2016 and they released it in India. So it went through a lot of like on-road, off-road situations, and they made continual adjustments. They then expanded it to other locations in 2018, and then they started selling it in the US in 2022. So it's gotten all the kinks out. This thing is proven, ready to go. You can trust it because it's Honda. Number four is that if you're afraid of riding a motorcycle or it's something you've always wanted to do, but now you feel like me, I always wanted to get a motorcycle since I was a little kid. But life gets in the way. You have family, you have kids, and where you live may decide whether you feel safe riding a motorcycle because of traffic or weather or whatnot. But I got to the point after 40 where I was like, I still want to ride a motorcycle. So the Honda Navi was great for someone like me at my age because I wasn't looking to fly down the road and break traffic laws. I was looking to enjoy the motorcycle experience. And so because the risk is so low, because it costs so little, and because it's so easy to ride, this is a great entry-level bike for anyone who's ever wanted to experience or try out what it's like to ride a motorcycle. Number five, it's really easy to handle. It's low to the ground. It has smaller tires. So it's easy to maneuver in between like traffic, cars. You can go on-road or off-road. The suspension isn't great. It's not designed for off-road, but you can go off-road. And it's comfortable enough as long as the road isn't too off-road. But it's really easy to maneuver. A lot of the people who use Navis as daily riders, they use them in the city. They live in the city and they need to get in and out of traffic, go down side streets or whatever they need. And the Honda Navi is perfect for that. Number six, it's got a low seat. The tires are smaller on the Honda Navi, so it's lower to the ground. So if you're a shorter person who's always been maybe intimidated by the idea of trying to manage a motorcycle and get onto it and afraid it's going to tip over and things like that, well, this is really small. So if you're short of stature, then you don't have to worry about that. And if you're bigger, like I'm normal size, 5'10", I have no problem getting on the bike. I'm totally comfortable on it. So because it has a low seat, it's easy to get it on or off no matter what your size. Number seven, and this was really, really important to me. I live in Florida and we have hurricanes every year. And one of the things that I've always felt responsible for as a husband and a father is to make sure we are prepared during a crisis. So we have a generator in case the electricity goes out. We have a truck in case we need to get over bigger obstacles. But the one thing we didn't have is a way to travel through areas that had a small area or small space to get through, like because we have a lot of downed trees and things like that during these bad storms. So I always wanted to get a motorcycle. So getting a Honda Navi, that was one of the reasons I got a Honda Navi, is so I would have that option in case of an emergency. The other thing too is that the Navi can go all the way up to like 55 miles an hour. And what's great about that is that in an emergency or just maybe in daily life, you can get on most of the major roads, I would not recommend going on the interstate with the Navi. You could, I wouldn't do it. But on all the major roads, you can get on there and feel comfortable that you can match the speed required. One of the things that I think is exceptionally dangerous is when you see golf carts or scooters that are on roads that, let's say, the speed limit's 45 and they can only go 25, 30 miles an hour. Well, you have these cars and trucks coming up on the smaller form factor of a vehicle, whether it's a motorcycle or a golf cart, I mean a scooter or a golf cart, and suddenly they think you're going the right speed and you're not. And to me, that's far more dangerous, far more prone to accidents than you being on the road going the speed that everyone else is. So I love that about the Honda Navi, that it can reach the speeds necessary to go on the major roads. Number 8, it's really easy to maintain. The Honda Navi is old school. It's got a carburetor. It's got drum brakes. It's old school. If you ever worked on a lawnmower, you could pretty much manage a Honda Navi. And if you've never had to maintain your own motorcycle, the Honda Navi is really, really simple to maintain. So because of that, it's, again, another great entry-level bike. You don't have to be a genius to maintain the Honda Navi. You can look some things up online, you have some basic tools, and you can get the job done. Number 9, because it is so inexpensive to purchase, it's also inexpensive to maintain. The parts for a $2,000 motorcycle are not going to be that expensive. And as I mentioned, it's easy to maintain your own bike. So you don't have to worry about the cost of keeping this bike going as you need it, especially if you use it every day. And the other thing that's great about that it's so low cost is that motorcyclists, they love making their motorcycle a reflection of them. Again, because a Navi is so inexpensive, many of the accoutrements that you could add, the other things you could add, whether it's different shocks or fenders or whatever you want to do, all those things are relatively inexpensive compared to other motorcycles. So if you want to personalize it or make it your own, it's still a good alternative. And number 10, it's easy to transport. The Honda Navi is around 200 pounds. So again, if you're worried about maintaining the control of the bike and you're afraid it's going to pull or tip you over, if you would need to put it on a motorcycle carrier on the back of your truck or your van or your car, it's pretty easy. It's just 200 pounds and you get a little momentum behind you. Get it up on the carrier, tie it down, hit the road, get to your location, take it down, and then enjoy the ride. That's what I do. On my Navi-Gator show, I go to all these small towns all over Florida. Right now, I want to expand that to other states. But I go as many places as I can. I take that thing down, and the most relaxing thing in my life is riding the Navi through these small towns. And because I don't go that fast, and I'm not expecting to go that fast on a Navi, I get to enjoy my surroundings. I get to take in the experience. I'm not flying through a town. So I can match the speed of the streets and at the same time really just enjoy the surrounding and the experience. So you can take this bike anywhere, and it's really easy because it's so light to get onto a carrier and off a carrier. So those are the 10 reasons I think the Honda Navi is a great first bike for people over 40 or of any age. But one thing I do want to stress is that if you do get a Honda Navi, especially if you've never ridden motorcycles before, I strongly recommend that you get motorcycle training, official motorcycle training. Most states, I believe, require you, if you're going to ride a motorcycle, to have an endorsement on your driver's license, which means that you have to be trained by an authorized person or group that can train you, and they'll give you the paperwork. You go to the DMV, you show them the paperwork, they update your driver's license that says that you're endorsed and that you've had the training and you can ride legally your motorcycle. But more importantly than that, I mean, that's legal and that's important, but more importantly is your safety. And if you've just driven a car your whole life, there's a lot of subtle differences between riding a motorcycle and driving a car. Not only the way you approach your travel and you approach obstacles that may arise, whether it's other drivers or things in the road, how you would manage that is different on a motorcycle than it is in a car. So I can't stress enough the value that you take when you get official motorcycle training, because especially if you're going to use the Honda Navi as the first bike of many bikes, the first bike before you go get the next one that's a little bigger and stronger and the next one that's a little bigger and stronger, all those lessons that you get taking official motorcycle training is going to travel with you no matter which bike you're on, because once you learn them, you learn them. And when you're in a crisis situation, as you know, every driver has to be prepared for, right? That'll be a reflex for you because of the training. Not you want to think about it, you'll just do it, which is what you need to do in a crisis or in an emergency. So Navigators, that's why I think if you're over 40 like I am, I got the Honda Navi as my first bike. Wanted one since I was a kid, and I do not regret it at all. It is so much fun to ride. And a lot of people use these to get the next bike, and I understand that, but I am perfectly content living in my Honda Navi world. They are durable, and they last, and they're fun. And they're really easy to maintain, and they're low cost. It's just great. If you want to upgrade them, easy to ride. I can't say enough about it. Anyway, listen, when you're on the road, remember to be safe, be kind, be generous to those people around you, but most of all, have fun. And I gotta tell you, riding a Navi is a lot of fun. All right, I'll see you guys next time.